Here and now I must admit that I am completely staggered and bewildered. The picture of the little girl you see on this page is that of Sheila Wilson. You may remember her, for 3 months ago Sheila, 11 years of age, was brutally murdered in a London house. I did not know Sheila. Until 3 days ago I had never seen her parents. But it happens that Mrs. Wilson read in the Sunday Pictorial that I was investigating claims of spiritualists to be able to communicate with children in the spirit world. So Mrs. Wilson wrote me this letter. Dear Sir, I have just read with interest your article in the Sunday Pictorial. If it is possible that you can speak with your loved one who is gone, will you please inform me where to go, as my poor little darling Sheila was murdered 3 months ago. I cannot believe it is possible to speak to her again. I remain, yours sincerely, Edith Wilson. I told you that I would be taking 3 bereaved mothers to seances, without revealing their names or anything about them beforehand to the mediums. After receiving Mrs. Wilson's letter I decided to take her along to see Estelle Roberts. I chose Mrs. Roberts for this supreme test because, in spiritualist circles, she is acknowledged as the outstanding medium. Let me add that until 3 days ago I had never met Mrs. Roberts, but here and now let me say that I am prepared to swear in any court of law that the following account of what happened at our sitting with the mother of little murdered Sheila Wilson is true. We sat around in a circle in broad daylight in an ordinary room, not at all a room in which you would expect uncanny things to happen to you. There beside me was Sheila's mother and 4 feet away was Mrs. Estelle Roberts. Beside us was the other bereaved mother, Mrs. Pugh, of Broad Lane, Birmingham, who had contacted me in exactly the same way. Almost at once, Mrs. Roberts began rubbing her throat. There was no question of her being in a trance. She seemed perfectly normal. Then she spoke to Sheila's mother.